Hello everyone. Hello. So I'm Rasara from GYBN Sri Lankan chapter. So I warmly welcome you all for GYBN Asia Biocultural Festival 2022 on behalf of GYBN Asia. So as we all know, hello, hi. We warmly welcome you all. Thank you. Thank you, Nicola. So as we all know, there is an imperishable bond between biodiversity and culture. So we cannot talk about biodiversity without culture, and no, we can talk about culture without biodiversity. So today, we will find ways and means of finding this interconnection through sharing poems, dramas, stories, rituals, and different pieces of literature covering different aspects of Asian culture. So hope you will embrace the beauty of this cultural aspect. So today is going to be the final day of our series of events. So I hope you will enjoy it to the fullest. So I guess before we start the session, it will be great if we can add blessing to our event. So that's how most Asian functions work, right? So I warmly invite Madam Nivedita to add blessing to our function. Madam Nivedita, the floor is yours.
Can you unmute me?
Can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you,
madam. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you people are participating from. I'm Nivedita from India. So I'm a prana violet healing teacher. I'm conducting this particular blessings on behalf of prana violet healing. Here we talk about nature, we bless nature, and because we are part and parcel of nature. Nature can sustain without us, but for human beings to survive, nature is very, very important. So we keep blessing nature a lot. So that is what we will do here too. And I'm really very, very happy to associate with you people because you're doing such wonderful work. I have seen a few workshops even in India. So I have attended a few because Shweta was participating. So I really love the work what you people are doing. I wish you really lots of good luck, and may the divine guide each one of us in maintaining Mother Earth, because it is very, very important for us to take care of Mother Earth. So initially, I would just like all of us who are participating here, we'll all do it together. Let us first, we do something called the divine fire. Okay, so we'll all say it together, first for our own selves, because when we are strong, then whatever work we do, we are able to do it. So all of you can repeat after me. I am a being of divine fire. I am the purity God desires. My soul is a soul of divine fire. My soul is the purity God desires. I am a being of divine fire. I am the purity God desires. My soul is the soul of divine fire. My soul is the purity God desires. I am a being of divine fire. I am the purity God desires. My soul is a soul of divine fire. My soul is the purity God desires. I am a being of divine fire. I am the purity God desires. My soul is a soul of divine fire. My soul is the purity God desires. Mother Earth is a planet of divine fire. Mother Earth is the purity God desires. Mother Earth is a planet of divine fire. Mother Earth is the purity God desires. Mother Earth is a planet of divine fire. Mother Earth is the purity God desires. Our ecosystem is a system of divine fire. Our ecosystem is the purity God desires. Our ecosystem is a system of divine fire. Our ecosystem is the purity God desires. Our ecosystem is a system of divine fire. Our ecosystem is the purity God desires. Now, I would just like to explain a little bit, because today your topic is music, drama, literature, arts, etc. So, see, everything that we do as human beings, everything like, how we have head of department in whatever field of work we are. Likewise, everything has, and at the energy level, the energy world, they have something called nature beings which govern that particular energy. Supposing you are into music, so there are music angels that take care of that particular. Then you can have like, Western music, pop, there's that. There are different sectors again in that. So each subject has nature beings that is giving us the information. That is how we download information from the cosmic energy, and we are over a period of time evolving with that. Likewise, people who write poems or books, there is some energy that is guiding them, that gives them the thought, this is the subject I need to. There will be some connection, energy connection that comes to us, that guides us. It can be through other books, it can be a few people. Even at the energy level, we have some guides who do this work, so we call them the spiritual guides. Likewise, if there is a book called Kingdom of Gods, which very, very clearly explains about this, because see, here we are, there's no religion, there is no caste, creed, there is no race, no boundaries, because world is one, which all of us know, and all of us belong, and we have been created by the same divine. So all of us are children of the same divine. All of us are equal. That is what we believe in PVH, in prana violet healing. So, and we work at the energy level. So I just want to talk to you people a little, just give a glimpse of what we can do. Here, I would just like to invite, for your event, I would just like to invite all the music angels, all the angels that guide, all the guides who guide all of you for literature, arts, drama, and music. And I also invite the prosperity angels to, support you people in the wonderful work that you are all doing. May God bless you all with wonderful knowledge and the strength and the ability to walk on the right path, to save Mother Earth, to help biodiversity. So biodiversity is part and parcel of Mother Earth. So may all the angels of the divine energy, cosmic energy, be with us to help Mother Earth sustain every being on Mother Earth. That's birds, animals, and trees, every being. It can be insects, it can be reptiles, ocean beings, that creatures that live in the oceans and rivers and water bodies, creatures that live on the mountains, every being that is on Mother Earth. There may be beings that are in the air. Everything is required to maintain the ecological system of Mother Earth. So, and we are all the part of the same creation, and the same creator has created us. So let us all coexist, give us the energy because it's only the human beings that are into destruction. So please guide each one of us as being ambassadors, all the youth supporting and working for GYBN, give them all the strength and the capacity to take this movement ahead and save Mother Earth. Let us all invite all the angels and all the nature beings, not only let not the poems and all the literature and drama not only entertain us, but enlighten us and guide us to be better human beings with who take lot of responsibility. So let us all be responsible guides and ambassadors on Mother Earth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm a being of divine fire. I'm the purity God desires. My soul is a soul of divine fire. My soul is the purity God desires. God, thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you all. Continue the wonderful work that you people are doing in your full strength and capacity. God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. I feel really nice doing this because so many people doing something like this together gives a lot of energy. God bless you all, my dear. Bye.
Thank you very much, madam, and God bless you. And I think what you have chanted and what you have said had really added a spiritual strength to what we do. So I would like to thank you a lot on behalf of GYBN Asia. Thank you very much, madam. So next, we will have an interactive session to break the ice of all of you guys. So with that, I invite Mark to the floor. Thank you.
Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to those joining this last day of our episode for Biocultural Festival. It has been 4 amazing sessions that we had from September down to October. So today we'll learn more of our participants. So can we please share the AHA slide link for everyone to check on the chat box? So let us. So may we invite everyone to have another device so we can open an AHA slide. There. The link is on the chat box. And I'll share my screen for everyone while we wait for them to come in. Okay, so our first question for everyone on this session is, where are you from? So after you log in, we now move to the first question. So what country are you calling from? So if you are having a hard time accessing the AHA slide, you can just type in your answer in the chat box and we will just read them out loud for today's session. So if your internet is slow or you're having a hard time logging in, please do write your answer at your chat box. Okay. So tell us, where are you from? Okay, so we have someone coming from Germany. We have from Thailand. We have from Sri Lanka. On the chat box, hello, Basit. Basit is from Pakistan. Hello. Hello, hello. We also have someone from Uzbekistan. Hello, Nabi. We have someone from the Philippines. Wow, we are all over the place. I wonder what time is it in Uzbekistan? Hello, Nabi. What time is it there? You're on the upper part of the world, I think. So we have someone from Burkina Faso as well. Hello. Oh, it's 4:21 in the afternoon. We are ahead kind of like 3 hours. All right. So let's wait a few more minutes for everyone to let them know where they are. So we have from different parts of the world. Okay. All right. So our next question would be, what is your age? So tell us how old or how young you are now. No judgment here. We just wanted to share and we wanted to know. So we have someone from 25 to 35. So we are within the age group of the youth still. Nabi is 31. We have someone lower than 16. Anyone who's over 35? None yet? All right, okay. So our next question would be, what do you do? Okay, so what's your work, or are you a student now? So tell us what you are doing. So what's your work if you're working? If you're a student, what are you studying? Share us what you do. Yes, a student. Yeah. Wow, a youth officer. That's good to know. For an NGO. That's good. How about the others? What you guys do? Wow, finance. Very interesting. Finance and biodiversity is a very interesting topic. Master student. So we have students, we have NGO workers, we have an advocate. That's good to know. We have advocates for biodiversity. On the chat box, Nabi said he's a PhD student. So we have, it's good to know we have youth organizations here as well. A farmer, that's good to know as well. So we have a farmer joining in this call. Thank you for joining the last episode for the festival. We have an editor. Perhaps later, this editor would help us with the games. So later, we'll be writing our own story for biodiversity. So we want to, to know how good our story is with the help of the editor, perhaps later. Right? So do we have others? So we have, what did I miss? A political worker. Very interesting. So we have a political worker here. It's good to know. So someone's working on governance as well. Biodiversity and governance are good combinations to really look into conservation work. Youth and climate. So we have advocates here. Social activists. Wow. So it's good to know we have social activists here as well. Social component on conservation work. Right. So let's wait a few more minutes. Perhaps others are still typing. And again, if you are having a hard time logging into the AHA slides, you can just chat in your answers in the chat box. Okay, it's still moving. So we have worker influencer. Whoa, professional assassin. I wonder how this goes. Okay, we have a professional assassin. I wonder, maybe later if we have time, we'll ask this assassin on what he really do. Does he kind of like assassinate those who do illegal activities for nature, something like that, right? Okay, let's go to our last question, I think. So this will be a good question and a good jump off point for what we'll be discussing today and what we'll be witnessing today. So in your country, what is your favorite drama? And tell us a bit of a background why. Okay. What is your favorite drama? And tell us a bit of it. Just a short one, very, very short one, why you like that drama. So it's a drama. Like, I'm not sure in the Philippines, teledrama is very popular. Like every day there's a teledrama in the Philippines. So it's kind of like shows the culture of Filipinos, how they like stories as well on televisions and on radio. How about in your country? What is your favorite drama? Can you share us this? Oh, almost said mysterious drama. I wonder what kind of mysterious is that. Like 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 chiller, like thriller mysterious, or like dark mysterious?
Yeah, a thriller, dark mysterious,
Hmm.
something like this. Yeah.
Nice, nice. That's good to know. Okay, we have someone. K-dramas. Okay, these are your Korean dramas, if I'm not mistaken. Filipinos also love Korean dramas, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Let's bring them all in. So I read. Wow, the political state of my country. I wonder how much drama is that. Korean dramas a lot. So yeah, many really like Korean dramas. Thriller. In Germany, there's a detective series set in rural area by the Alps, and they have a thick Bavarian accent, almost intelligible to non-native speakers. Okay, that's good to know. So in Singapore, we have Little Nonya. Is this an animated drama in Singapore or no?
Hi, Mark. It's Carl.
Oh, Carl. Hey, hey. What's a Little Nonya? Can you share about it? Well, everyone's
So,
right.
Little Nonya is a very popular drama depicting the Chinese migrants who have settled in the Southeast Asia in the 1500s, and they have sort of merged with the cultures in the region, and it created a very beautiful like sort of culture in its own self, and it was really popular in like throughout Southeast Asia, and it was translated into various languages, and it still remains to be like one of the favorites of today. Yeah,
Wow.
the Peranakan culture,
Is
they call it the Peranakan
Carl,
culture.
Carl, is this available online? Can everyone check on it later if it's available?
Yeah, I think if you type in Little Nonya online, you definitely find it. It's available in, I think, most Southeast Asian languages by now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carl, for sharing.
No
Okay, we
worries.
have Love Destiny. Is this a Thai drama or I'm not sure. So we have fantasy, we have romance, we have anime, live plays, Friends. Is this the TV series Friends? It's a good series as well. And natural drama. So are we waiting for someone else? What else are your favorite drama? So romantic K dramas. Okay. Is still someone answering the last horror? Okay, I forgot to mention. Wow. I wonder who wrote this horror. Okay, I think that's our last question, and I hope um we are able to that. Thank you everyone for joining our first interactive session, and it's good to know some of a bit of an information of our participants here today for the last session. And I'm giving it back to you, Rosara. Rosara, please.
Thank you, Mark. So it's nice to know that we have people from around the world, and they have like multidisciplinary background, and it is very nice to know that they have different tastes. Even I haven't heard some of like most of them. Like we are so familiar with K-dramas, and it's a kind of trend in Sri Lanka as well. Most girls love the actors in K-dramas. So it's good to know. So thank you very much, Mark. So then we need to go for Nick. So he will walk you through the story of biodiversity. So Nick.
All right. Hello, everyone. So today I would just like to kind of have a fun activity with everyone, where since, aside from stories that you hear about other people, how about individual stories? Like, how are we connected to biodiversity? Where is our passion originated for biodiversity? So today there'll be like an interactive session where I would like everyone to join me in creating like a message tree. So this message tree is kind of like used in different regions for different purposes. But basically it's just kind of like a way to gather a message throughout different topics, different generations. And basically we want to just collect kind of messages from similar people who have similar interests or passions. So today we'll be using a tool called Metro Retro, and I would like everyone to kind of let us know what is your story, biodiversity story, for where did your love or appreciation for biodiversity came from. So the tech team will help provide the link below, and please feel free to join me in this activity. Yeah, all the messages will give everyone kind of like a 5-minute time to think about it, write what their story is that connects themselves to biodiversity, and then we'll be able to reveal all of them at once together. So please head to the link, and we'll give some time for everyone to kind of join in as a guest, or if you have an account, feel free to join us with your account as well. But yeah, we'll give everyone kind of a few minutes to make their own accounts, and yeah, we can start once people start to join in. So there should be an option to join as a guest as well, so that you don't need to create an account. All right, more people are joining in. Yep, so since this will be the prompt for today, and I'm leaving this part for everyone to, have their own time and privacy to think about their own stories. So in the meantime, I'll just show you guys the question, and then I'll come back again to see what everyone has written after the time's up. Yeah, so once you have joined, please feel free to use the tool that's called Stickies and Card, and you can customize it and create a post-it. So similar to like this, where you'll be able to write any message without anyone else being able to see it. So yeah, you can have some privacy before we reveal the final answer. Yeah, so basically just please share with us what is your love or appreciation for biodiversity, how it came from, and just a little bit more stories on why this is important to you, since this is all about celebrating culture and biodiversity together. All right, okay. I will give everyone I'll set a timer so that we can all have some time. Yeah, let's go with 4 minutes and then we'll come back to visit what are everyone's answers. In the meantime, feel free to post your post-it anywhere on tree branch, making it look more like a really grand message tree in the end. And if you would like to create multiple ones, if you feel like your post-it is running out of space, please feel free to create more and paste it all around. Or even you can even use emojis to represent the message that you want to let us know as well.
Hello, Nick.
Yes.
Can I add a gentle reminder, right? So I just want to tell that participants that we have interpretations in Sinhala, in Tamil, and in English, right? So if you can turn on the interpretation, ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ඉඳලා කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවා නම් අර්ථ නිරූපණය ගන්න පුළුවන්. interpretation කියන එක on කරලා සිංහල interpretation එක select කරලා. Thank you, Nick. You can continue, Nick.
Yep, so as Rasara said, if you need interpretation, please feel free to use the interpretation channel that we have prepared so that you can have a dedicated translator as well. Yeah, for those who might not be convenient in joining us using the application, please feel free to use the chat box as well and let us know your answers or stories with us as well. And again, these will kind of be anonymous, so you can be as truthful as you would like, and there will be no judging. Everyone, it's a safe space where we just really want to embrace everyone's different background stories of how they came in contact with biodiversity and why they begin, what was the turning point in which they begin to fall in love with biodiversity or have more care and attention paid to this field. Yeah, let us know your biodiversity story. All right, so we have 30 seconds left. Yeah, if you're still writing, you can try to wrap it up, or if you would like to create any other just messages in general using emojis, or just play around decorating the tree, please feel free as well. Okay, now time's up. Thank you everyone for participating. Now let's take a look at what we all have written. And second, oops. Let me pause the sharing for a second. All right, so let's see what some people have written. First, so if you are still in the private mode, please click on your post-it directly and it should change from public to private. so that everyone will be able to see the beautiful message that you have written. Oops. Yeah, is everyone able to do that? Okay, I'll start reading the ones that have been revealed first. So this person said, biodiversity to means all the beautiful different species in creation and how they all fit perfectly into the mosaic of life. Yeah, this is really definitely very true and beautifully said that, you know, where we're living, our environment is all a lot of piece of environment created artwork and different things that make us be able to live in this beautiful place that's filled with different elements. All right, so Mr. or Mrs. Turtle said that. We just said we live together in the same world. Not sure what this might mean, but yeah, if you would like to add or if you would like to share a little bit more, please feel free. But this one is a really good representation of perhaps like everyone is able to live in harmony and peacefully with different insects, animals, ducks, turtles. Cool. All right, so this one says, I grew up in the city, so opportunities to see and be in nature was an opportunity to feel safe and at peace. Yeah, this one personally resonates with myself as well. Like, especially in the city, it's not often where we see greenery, but every time we get to see these kind of nature space, it definitely makes you feel like you're in a very different environment where you feel safe and at peace. Okay, next up, this person said that my area has many pine forests and I enjoy playing in the dried fallen pine needles, making giant birds, nests, etc., or having a picnic with family. Wow, this one definitely really awesome. If this person is able to share where specifically which region you live in, that would be awesome. Yeah, but this one definitely, once you are able to hear different nature voices from the birds chirping or just pine trees in like the cool weather is definitely a scene that is very unique and can make people appreciate nature a lot more. So this person mentioned that so the love kind of came from environmental related movie that showed the sadness behind animal cruelty. Yeah, so this kind of makes you want to appreciate nature a bit more because, you know, once some things are gone, some things never come back as well. All right, so this one says, first experienced nature when I was 5-year-old kid living with my grandma and grandpa at the rural community in the south of Thailand. Okay, growing up, I learned that city life is getting harder to connect and live in harmony with nature, so I commit work for it. Awesome. Yeah, this one definitely is very inspirational, where you know you really want to bring whatever you see, whatever you have experienced, and make sure that people who doesn't have the opportunity to have access to nature as well. Oops, what happened to my screen? Oops, let me refresh. Oh no. I think my internet is running a bit slow, so apologize for any technical difficulty. Um, hmm? Oh. Okay, so I think there might be some issues. I will share everyone's message with everyone later again, but thank you so much. Everyone definitely has so many unique and inspirational stories to share about why they are in love with biodiversity or why they appreciate it. And I think this is all the whole point of why we're having biocultural festival as well. So people with different culture backgrounds and their appreciation for nature can come and all have this similarity in having similar experience, whether it be from different regions, but we all share the same passion for making the world a better place through nature and biodiversity. So thank you everyone for sharing and participating with my little interactive game today. I'll pass it back to Asara.
So thank you very much, Nick. So the inputs are really impressive. Like some comments really reminds me about my childhood as well, where I spent my life in rural area in Sri Lanka. So like next, I just want to remind you this series of events that we have with GYBN Asia, the Bioculture Festival is not a small effort. It's a series of commitments and efforts. So this will not be a possibility if we didn't have the support from GYBN International and different GYBN chapters in the world. So I make this an opportunity to call Jessica on behalf of GYBN Europe to give you an inspirational speech to inspire you all. Jessica, so now it's your time. Jessica.
Hi,
Hi.
let me quickly, change my background. That was my formal work background. Yeah, thank you so much for the invitation and for being here today, or for inviting me to be here today. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to join many of the previous sessions because I was traveling many weekends, but you picked the exact perfect one to ask me to be here because it's my first weekend home again. So, am I able to share my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Then let me try and do that. Just a little bit blind, finally found the button. Okay, here we go. So let me go back and present. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so I'd just like to give you a little bit of background from Europe. Being asked what biodiversity and culture has, like what we have to offer in terms of our literature, was a really big question. There's so much in so many languages. I'm sure each of you have experienced that as well over the last couple of webinars. But at least you had the variety and diversity of all the participants being able to share from their home country. So I will try and share a little bit about the whole of Europe, which is an enormous task, and I'm definitely not doing justice to it. So when I first thought about Europe and biodiversity and our literature and our myths and legends, a lot of it that came to mind was mythological creatures. So we have something like the Little Mermaid from Denmark. We have Baba Yaga from Russia, who has a house on chicken legs and walks through the woods. Sometimes she's neutral, sometimes she's evil, depends on the stories. In Germany, we've got Frau Holle, who fluffs up pillows and that's how it rains or snows. And she's the weather lady. And then in Norway, we've got the trolls. And you've got a whole range of myths with trolls who live under bridges and ask for tolls. And then in Ireland, you've got another whole diversity of fairies and pixies and gnomes and everything in between. And these are mythological creatures. And I was wondering how to bring it back to our real biodiversity. And there we have a lot of animals in stories. For example, you may have heard of Aesop's fables, which are animal stories where they try and teach you a moral. So for example, many of you have probably heard about the story of the hare and the tortoise who were doing a race, and the hare sprints off really fast, then gets tired and decides, well, he's definitely going to win, so he's just going to take a nap and then he'll finish the race. Meanwhile, the tortoise just keeps on going and perseveres and ends up winning the race ahead of the hare. So that's just one of Aesop's fables, teaching young kids about a specific moral. In this case, it was, that if you persevere and you work hard, you can get somewhere ahead of somebody who thinks they have it easy and slacks off. And then we've also got told stories that are not necessarily very well known or written down, like the oral histories, oral myths, I would say. For example, at the top, you've got the tooth mouse. Now, if you do watch a lot of American television, they have changed it into the tooth fairy, but traditionally it was a little mouse. So you would put your tooth and a bit of cheese and a bit of cheese, and then the tooth mouse would come and take your baby teeth and leave a coin. So that is the tradition that I grew up with as well. And then, we also have the myth that the storks bring the babies. Storks here are very, very much appreciated and respected animals. There are lots of people who are very happy when there's a stork that builds a nest in their town, and there are people who put up cameras and watch live, and it becomes like a public announcement when the storks are back. So storks play quite a big role in our culture. And then you've got more traditional fairy stories, fairy tales, like Little Red Riding Hood and the Wolf. And this one's actually more of a controversial one because there are so many stories and fairy tales where the wolf is the bad guy. Conservation organizations that are trying to reintroduce the wolf or trying to build up harmony and acceptance with urban areas where in regions where the wolves are coming back, because they are coming back. They've been supported and they are moving through nature and across Europe now. I think all the way across Germany and all the way down into Italy as well, and which is great for biodiversity, but people haven't lived in coexistence with wolves for, I'll get this number wrong, but maybe at least 100 years. So it's a couple of generations where people have to get reintroduced to the idea that, in the forest behind their house, there might be a wolf, and what does it mean for them? And all they can think about are these scary stories. And so there's a lot of antagonism towards having wolves, and there's a lot of, critical discourse with farmers, because now you've got to think about protecting livestock when you didn't have to do it before. So that's something that is always a hot topic in Europe at the moment. And then I also thought about something more common, more now. So I'm sure many of you know about Frozen, and there was a sequel, Frozen 2, in which the makers of the movie worked together with the indigenous people of Europe, the Sami people in Scandinavia, and they based some parts of the movie on real life. For example, there's an issue in the movie with a dam that's being built, and that was actually based on a true story where a lot of the land was swallowed up and towns were swallowed up by the construction of this hydroelectric dam. So when you hear that maybe, the Nordic countries are running on renewables and they're doing so much better than the rest of the world, that also comes with a lot of controversy and not always a great history. If you want to learn more about that, you can watch the YouTube video. You can just search the truth about the dam in Frozen 2, and you can get more information. And then, how many of you are familiar with Lord of the Rings? I opened up the chat. Just write yes or no in the chat. Okay, I see we have some fans in the audience. I assume this was a global, there was a global appreciation for the Lord of the Rings and not just a European or English speaking world. But yeah, so the Lord of the Rings also has a lot of ties to nature, and the heroes of the story are the hobbits that live in the Shire, and their way of life is all about living in harmony with nature. Everything they do benefits nature, and they also have little agricultural way of living. And there's even a Wikipedia page about environmentalism in The Lord of the Rings, and it explains how from Tolkien's own history, he moved from the countryside into a very industrial area. And for him, these were these exact opposites of what is good and what is bad. And he brought this into his books as well, and into his stories. So you've got, the evil people, they're completely industrial, there's no more nature, they're killing all the trees. And this quite well reflects what happened in Europe. Even now, many of the forests have been chopped down, and much of what we have today in terms of nature has been planted since then. And it's not necessarily just the Industrial Revolution. It was even before that, when the Romans and the Vikings, all of them needed wood for boats and for houses and for literally everything. So even in that time, the forests were absolutely decimated in Europe. And yeah, it's a big thing in terms of our conservation, trying to rebuild those forests, learning how they even exist, like how they used to be, and how we can possibly get it back to that sort of a level, and then them coming under threat again, because we still need wood. Yeah, so that leads me on to the next part. I wanted to tell you a little bit about the youth in Europe and our priorities for the post-2020 Global Biodiversity Framework. And we have 6 priorities, with the first one being sustainable consumption and production. And this really ties back into this history of industrialization in Europe and losing so much of our nature. And it is a topic, you may have heard of this goal that, we want to protect 30% of the land and of the sea by 2030. In some cases in Europe, for example, Denmark, they don't even have 30% of their land area that is still nature. So in order to even reach a target of 30% protected, they need to restore nature to even hit that target. So nature is, and biodiversity in Europe has a long and complicated history with a lot of industrialization. And there is a lot of work to be done in terms of not just rebuilding nature and living in harmony with nature, but also trying to reach people's mindsets, because many people have lived in a post-industrial world for multiple generations. And the same issue that we have with the wolf, where people have to re-understand what it's like to and get comfortable with the fact that there are wolves in our forests. Now, the same has to happen in terms of getting comfortable with what sustainable consumption production looks like, and what living in harmony with nature is, because we've lost so much of that cultural understanding that it's so very new for people. Yeah, so thank you very much for that. Does anyone have any questions?
There's just a lot of appreciation.
There are
the
nice
chat.
comments in the chat. Yeah,
Thank you very much.
yeah.
Yeah, bringing up Lord of the Rings is almost always a win. But we're very big Lord of the Rings fans in this household as well. So just to appreciate my husband's Christmas book.
Yeah, that's very nice. So thank you very much, Jessica. It was really nice. So like when I look at the aspects of the European culture, I can see like a lot of similarities to Asian culture. So how you guys from Europe have different creatures and have connected to them into the stories of children. That is quite same in Sri Lanka. So even in our country, we have stories that are connected to serpents and how serpents are going to kill children and something like that. So they are so connected. And I just always want to remind you about the Harry Potter as well. So there are many aspects. So when we talk about the Lord of the Rings, what comes to my mind is the Harry Potter. So in that film also, there were many aspects of the culture that are connected to nature. So I really appreciate, really appreciate what you have brought us today, Jessica. Thank you very much. So up next, I think it will be great if we keep some memories for forever, right? So now it's time for a group photo. I invite all of you to open your cameras if you are able. It will be very nice to see your beautiful faces. Hello, everyone.
Please open your video if you can. I'll take a
Yeah.
photo in a moment. Okay, are you ready? 1, 2, smile. Do a pose if you can. 1, 2, 3, smile. Another one. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, thank you so much. Done.
Thank
Back
you
to you,
very
Rasa.
much. Yeah. So like next slide, I just want to remind you about the GYBN again. So like GYBN started back in 2010. And like since 2010, we have a set of young people always with us who are enthusiastic about the biodiversity and its preservation. So the specialty with GYBN is like GYBN people always look at the problems at a deeper level, not just on the surface level. So that's why they have brought up GYBN priorities so we can address strategically all the issues related to biodiversity. So here, now we will bring you a video related to biodiversity. So please kindly take a look. So that's just a briefing about GYBN Asia priorities. So if you have any comments, any remarks, or any reflections, or even any questions, feel free to ask or just put them in the chat. Yes, Nabi? Yeah, thank you, Nabi. So any comments? So we have Laurent with us. Yeah. Good morning. Yeah, delighted to see you guys. So any comments, you can add them. Yeah. So if not, we can go to the most exciting part of the event as well. So any comments, any questions, reflections, remarks? Okay. All right. So so as I said before, like we are now going to the most exciting part of our event. So to continue and to like excite the audience with a drama thread, I invite Mark. Mark, are you here?
Yes, hello again, Rosara. Yes, I'm here. Okay, before we hear stories from our invited guests, so we will play a game. It's just a short game on creating our own biodiversity story. So let me just share my screen. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yeah, we can
Okay.
see.
All right. So this is what we will do. So it's just a quick game. So we'll try to. I don't know if you heard of the continue my story game. So what we will do is we take turns on creating our own story depending on what we would like on how the story would go. So we have few minutes to create the story. Everyone will create their own sequence of the story and you put it on the chat box. So before that, I'll introduce you to the characters. So we have few characters of the story, and I kind of like did a great deal of thinking on who the characters are. So I was very, very creative on this story, on the names of the characters. So we have so these are the characters of our own story that we will make. So so we have Melina. So we have Melina the mermaid, we have Christian the seahorse, we have Gustav the shark, and we have Plasticio as well. So Plasticio is a plastic bag. And then we have Carl the fisherman, and we have Esmeralda. Esmeralda is a water fairy on this story. And then we have Sweta, we have Giboni, we have Andrea. Oops, I forgot to put a name for the whale shark. Perhaps you can put a name here. And then we have Pablo and Azman. So these are the characters of the story that we will be creating. So we have 15 lines. So just to keep the story short on how we want to create this story. So the first story, we begin with this one. Okay. So once upon a time, in a pristine and peaceful world under the sea, lives both creatures big, small, and in between. And on a good Saturday morning, Melina, the mermaid, swims happily with. Okay, so this is the first opening of the story. So what we'll do is to continue the story for the next line. So anyone who would want to volunteer would just put your line 2. So put line 2 on the chat box. So we will copy paste that and put it here on the story. So okay. So the name of the whale shark would be Tanding. So let's put Tanding as the name of the whale shark. Right. So if you wanted to go and create the line 2 of the story, just put it on the chat box. So line 2 and then what you would want the story would look like. Okay. So I'm giving you the opportunity to create the story as we go along with the characters that we have. So the first part is Melina, the mermaid, is swimming happily with someone else. So who would like to create the second line of the story? Anyone? Who would want to volunteer? So Nicole, would you like to set the second story for line 2? You can type it on the chat box and then we'll just paste it on the document. It doesn't have to be long. It can be like one sentence or two. All right, so we have line 2 here. So from Jessica then. So I'll put it on the line 2. Right, let me just change the color. Sorry, right here. Oops. So our second line of the story is that Melina, the mermaid, seems happily with Christian, the seahorse, on their way to visit Esmeralda at the water surface. So this is our second line. So our third line would be, anyone would like to go on the next? So our line 3 here. So I'm also pasting the characters here so you won't forget who would you want to add on the story. Let me just make it smaller. All right, so let me just copy paste here so we know how to continue. So Melina and Kishan are swimming on their way to visit Esmeralda at the water surface. So what's our line 3? Anyone? Just put it in the chat box. Then they saw Plastisio the plastic. So we have let's just put here and then we have, okay, let's just put this on line 4 because who also added this one,
Created.
right? So the water, so this is the line who created, and then we have line 4. Then they saw Plastisio the plastic. Right. So anyone want to go to the 5th line? So with Christian the seahorse on their way to visit Esmeralda at the water surface. The water was muddy as usual, so they made sure that they wore their masks. Then they saw Plastisio the plastic. So what's the next story? So we have right here. Then suddenly we're shocked because they found inside is, let me just put Bright's continuation of the story here. Right, so let's pause a moment. Don't write anything yet. So let's just look into the story first. So this is now the continuation of the story. So then they saw Plastisio the plastic. They were suddenly shocked because they found inside is, so they found something inside Plastisio. I wonder what it is. So what do you guys think? So what would you guys think on the next part of the story? So they saw Pablo. All right, we have to decide. Is it Pablo? And Nicole said they found a shark inside the plastic. So we have, wait, we cannot have we don't have, Nick, we don't have Melinda here. But I'm not sure if Pablo should be inside the plastic because Pablo is a person, right? Right? So maybe we can put the shark inside the plastic. So what do you guys think? So it's Pablo or a shark or Azman, or who would buy? So maybe Azman. maybe we could just put Asman because Asman is the kind of like the sea monster here. All right, so they found Asman inside. Okay, because Asman is kind of like a water monster in this character. So I'll just show it to you here. So Asman is this kind of like water monster here. Okay, so let's continue the story. So they found Asman inside Plastisio. What happens next? So anyone who want to be more creative and where the story would go? So what happens next? Then they were suddenly shocked because they found inside is Asman. So Asman is a water monster. I wonder where does the story goes next? Where Asman sees. Okay, let's put this all together. Where Asman and I wonder what he is eating. There. All right. So where Asman seems to be eating and who tells them not to go to the surface. Something has changed the land above. Right? So what happens next? All right. And then Nicole said they decided. So I'm adding Nicole's continuation of the story here. Right. So they found Asman as their sea friend. They decided to rescue him and make an action. Right. So what's our next story? Let me just please. So our remaining characters are, just to go back to the characters, we still have Gustav, Sweta, Giboni, Pablo, and then Tandig, the whale shark, and then Andrea and Carl. So we are now on line 9. So they rescue Asman because they are his friend, and then they decided to make an action. So what's our next story? Anyone who wants to continue this story? Asman shouted, "Run! Carl is coming back soon. Run!" So maybe just swim because they're underwater. Right, let me just swim. Okay. And then, but it was Pablo who actually appeared instead of Carl, yeah? Suddenly, Pablo the fisherman, it's not Carl, but it's Pablo. The fisherman see them and the shark got it by Pablo. What's are we missing? Okay, and then by Pablo, let me just put this here. And then we have Bright continuing the story. So we have 4 more lines left. So we will end at line 15. Let me just here. All right, let's just go back to the story a bit. So they found Asman as their sea friend. They decided to rescue him and make an action. Asman shouted, "Swim! Carl is coming back soon, swim!" But suddenly, Pablo the fisherman see them and the shark got it by Pablo. All right, let me just. And then from there, we have, then there is a shout from behind, which Andrea the jellyfish is screaming that. Okay, what's the continuation of this story? Let me just. Nicole, is this on line 10? The one that you put, the friends and family are screaming. What line is it? But for line 12, what do you want to add to the story? Anyone? Those who haven't added a story yet, please also join the storytelling that we're doing. So what may be food street measured feet after this? Yeah. So what's the story next? What is Andrea screaming? What is Andrea saying, I wonder? Then there is a shout from behind, which Andrea the jellyfish is screaming that. What is Andrea screaming? All right, Andrea is shouting for help. Right, right. Andrea is shouting for help. There is a plastic storm coming. Oops, sorry. Oops, not copying. Right. All right, so this is the next line. Bright, where would we want to put your shush line? So we are on line 13. So we have 2 more lines before the ending, guys. I guess the ending is they will all die because the plastic storm is coming. Unless you wanted to be more creative on the story. So what's next on our line 13 for the story? Those who haven't kind of like. All right. So we have Nick adding more to the stories. Shush, the sound of plastic storm is getting closer and closer. Let me just put Brights first, and then I'll add Nick's line. Right, we have 2 more lines before the ending. The sound of plastic storm is getting closer and blew Asman away. So let's continue from this, line 13. The sound of plastic storm is getting closer and blew Asman away. So what's our line 14? Right, so let's put, Carl, you want to put this on line 14? A silver lining in the sky appears. All right, sure. All right, so we have. So what's our ending for this story, guys? For this short story that we did. All right, so we can put something has changed. Let's put all together what Bright is saying, and All right. Do you want to add more on the ending? Okay, let's try to read all them all together. So let's try to see the story that we did. The short one, the very short one. All right. So once upon a time, in a pristine and peaceful world under the sea lives both creatures, big, small, and in between. On a good Saturday morning, Melina, the mermaid, swims happily with Christian, the seahorse, on their way to visit Esmeralda at the water surface. Wait. The water was muddy as usual, so they made sure that they wore their masks. Then they saw Plastisha the plastic. They suddenly were shocked because they found inside is Asman, a water master, who seems to be eating and who tells them not to go to the surface. Something has changed the land above. They found Asman as their sea friend. They decided to rescue him and make an action. Asman shouted, "Swim! Carl is coming back soon. Swim!" Suddenly, Pablo the fisherman see them and the shark got it by Pablo. Then there is a shout from behind, which Andrea the jellyfish is screaming. Andrea is shouting for help. There is a plastic storm coming. Shh! Shh. The sound of plastic storm is getting closer and blew Asman away. So we end here. A silver lining in the sky appears. Something has changed the land above. We need to go back in our home and take care of it. All right, so this is our short story. So let's add another section of what Nick has included. Nick, is this for the ending as well? Esmeralda appeared. Esmeralda appeared and told everyone to swim to let more people be aware of the impact of plastic while uses all her power and temporarily stop the storm. All right. Thank you, everyone. So that's our short story. Thank you for joining in with this interaction. So we'll try to kind of like improve this better with the narrative and all. But thank you, everyone. So thank you for this creativity for creating the story. I'm giving back to you, Rosala.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. So wow, we have come up with a really great story, right? And Mark, you're a great storyteller. Like I just feel the way when the story when you tell that, it's really nice. Thank you very much, Mark. So, and I would like to thank all of you who joined to create the story. So we were able to like create a very nice story. Thank you very much, and we really appreciate your support as well. So next, we have performances with us. So we have performance from different cultures and different countries all over Asia. So as a beginning, we have the performance from Sri Lanka, and this video is created by Sajivani, and I will give you a little briefing about this video as it highlights very important cultural aspects in Sri Lankan culture. The video that we are going to show you next is about Nallur Kandasamy or Nallur Kovil in Sri Lanka. So it's basically a Hindu temple, and it's situated in the city called Nallur in Jaffna Peninsula in Sri Lanka. So this Nallur Kovil, they are organizing festivals once in a year in the month of August, and this is considered as the one of the most colorful events in Sri Lanka. And like their event comprises of a series of vibrant processions, and also it comprises of dramas, drummings, and also some self-mortifications and some dances as well. So like all people from all over the world come to visit this Hindu traditional festival. So now just let's take a look at this video. So I hope you enjoy this. So hope you have enjoyed the video. So these footages are taken from GYBN Sri Lankan member Sajivani, and you might have seen this girl wearing the Indian traditional sari, and she's Sajivani from Sri Lanka, and I thank her for creating this beautiful video, so all of you can enjoy it. So next I invite JE from Philippines. JE from Philippines. I guess he's here. So the floor is yours.
Good evening.
Hi.
Do I need to start now?
Yeah, it will be nice. Please start.
Jay, if you can provide a short explanation and then introduce yourself, and then yeah, just go ahead.
Yeah, that will be great.
Okay, before we play the reading, this is an excerpt of a translated essay uh, entitled 100 Days of Lockdown, and this is about personal notes on personal vulnerability during the onset of the uh, COVID-19 related lockdown. You can play now, and I will be reading the essay. Okay. 100 days of lockdown. In less than a week, the road would be quiet. I did lost my job. In-house prisoner, literal. What would be a conservationist outside its usual ecosystem? If the contract had ended and there was no salary, I'm cancelled. I've been pulled out of a lake, struggling to breathe, bleeding, like the wheelies freshly pulled out of the nets. I would say to Axel that I don't seem to know what to do anymore, or maybe he was the first to say that to me. Then I also admitted that I didn't know anymore. I only have 234 pesos in the bank. I don't know anything except to mumble and write whenever I can. Impatient but unable to move, we would also hear the virus started in a market, and in a market of exotic animals. Some would say the virus was created in a lab. Hard to distinguish truth from conspiracies. There were even calls for the country that caused the pandemic to be held accountable, as if it acknowledged an international court. In less than a month, the blue skies over the cities can be seen again, normally hidden by toxic gray belches. Within the 100 days of lockdown, we would be smiling at the sightings of species in our spaces, or their spaces actually. There are Otaria flavescens in the port of Mar del Plata in Argentina, which used to be just figurines in souvenir shops. The news will show them slowly stretching under the sun, but there would be no mention of the bioaccumulation of heavy metals in their bodies. Orkinos orcas in the Salish Sea, Canada, would now hear each other way better because there would be no noise from the huge ships. No mention of their population and why few to none of those born since 2015 survive. There are Capra Nubiana and Sus Krofa in Haifa and Tel Aviv, Israel, a kosher and a tref. And we know the pandemic does not choose between which is clean or which is unclean. We will forget the proverb of an ancient rabbi about for whom the mountains are created for. In a police report, the first sightings of Lutrogale persipicillata in the Philippines would be recorded in the beach of Tagana, Tawi-Tawi. The news report mentioned beliefs acknowledging nature as blessings from Allah. Then the police would reinstate that the island is protected by law and they have a mandate to take care of its biodiversity. The otters can run happily on people-less beach. The pandemic-induced lockdown was then so clear that we have stepped over the borderlines. Various lives were pushed in the name of necessity, if not always of progress. We have also benefited from this economy that dazzles of the unnecessaries and would be caught in surprise by the word essential. We would be haunted by questions if progress is defined as forcibly pushing the line upward, or is more growth always equates to progress. The 100+ days of economic silence had contributed more to the discourse than our recent mass actions. One Monday, I would receive an email from Axel attached with the title on the volcano of Taal, Tennyson Woods, 1888, a scientific journal. Out of nothing to do, I am reviewing the list of all living plants and animals in the Taal region that point in time that was recorded. My friend and I will talk about Sesamum indicum and its oil that used to light the stoves and lamps in Taal those days. There were even sesame oil factories back then in the town, according to historical accounts. Buseta, 1851. We would be going to ask if we have seen a sesame plant on our fields, and there was none. So this is just an excerpt of the full essay I wrote on 2020. So that would be all.
Thank you, Jay. It's really interesting. We like really appreciate your effort, and the graphics are really interesting. So just if you like, you can just bring out your background as well, so all of us can know who you are as well. Jay.
sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry I cannot start my video now because I'm
Oh,
in
that's
the middle
fine.
of a celebration, and I'm George Irving Gadingan, and I work in previously on a freshwater ecosystem in the Philippines, and I work as a community development worker, and now I work on biodiversity conservation for an ASEAN office.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
I also do literature whenever I have that.
Yeah,
So thank you very
yeah,
much for this class.
yeah. Thank you. Very impressive. So thank you very much, Jay. Uh, so so there's something interesting from Bright here. So Bright. Hi.
Hello, everyone. Okay, so thank you very much. I think we have gone through the first round of the performances. Thank you very much for sharing, and that's also interesting. For me, right now we will have a bit of an activity in between before we're going to the second round of the performances, and this activity will be the game, which is called "What Are They Saying?" So on this game, what we will do is that I'm not sure. I think I'm sure that many of you might be like be family, or we might have seen some of the things called memes. Have you seen all those things? Maybe you can give some interactions. And this game, we will be focusing on that. Let's create some memes together. So for this game, let me share with you some example, just in case you might need to think about some ideas. Oh, we need some. Okay. Okay. So the memes are something that I'm not sure. I don't have the description about it. But once you read it, you can get the sense of it. For example, here with the panda, it said like when you plan to sleep for 30 minutes, but wake up 4 hours later. And that's how you react to the situation or your life right there. And when someone annoying, oops, sorry. Oops. I think. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, when someone, I think my computer. Oh, anyway. Sorry, it's a little bit running here. When someone annoying calls your name and you make your face like that, or you want a wildlife photo and you got it, enjoy, or just lying on around. These memes are all inspired by the animals and all living things around us, right? And it just shows how animals are also like having their life or having reactions or having some mood or to some particular situation as well. And that's what we'll do today, to really to see how those animals can have some mood, or can have something to say about some situation, and maybe we after that we can get some of the words, phrases, or comments that you share with us today to make a memes for everyone to use in the future. So here, if you're coming to the right, I will share with you the link as well in the chat. So please free to join in. What we will do here is that we have a set of photos right here, like 8 photos. So, and we would like to invite you to come and click on the right here, the text, and then you can pick any font as you want, and then put it up here and then write what kind of words that will be suitable to the photo that we attach here. And I will give everyone for about like 5 minutes. Let's see how much we got in 5 minutes. And then I will let everyone make some vote on which phrases are the best describe the photo that we have here. So you can pick any photos and you can think as much as you can about what phrases, what words, what moods that these animals or these living thing, including human, will have something to say about the photo in here. Yeah. So just to make it clean, let's use the post-it instead. Post-it is the second one on the top here. I'm not sure if everyone can join in here. You can click in the link that I sent in the chat. If you are joining in now, please try clicking the stickies and cards, and then put up click on anywhere besides, maybe on the right of the photo, and then type the words or the phrases, and then we will read it out and give you some time to vote together after 5 minutes. Okay. So I'm not sure if anyone has any questions, but if you have questions, feel free to let us know. So to not wasting any more time, 5 minutes begins. So let's dive in, everyone. Share your thoughts of what are they saying? Joining in. Yes, 5 minutes, everyone. I will give you some music in the background to give you some mood as well. Chưa thấy music mà. Everyone, do you need more time? I see lots of posts are coming up next to many photos now. Do you need more time? Oh, you know how to, Paul, I'm sorry. So if you want to type your idea, you can click into the link and then you will see the columns on the left, which will show stickies and cards. Click that and then pick the color that you want and click anywhere besides the photos and then start typing. Yeah, and then your message will be in there. I think the ideas are still coming. So I'll give maybe 2 minutes more so that we can get some ideas. 2 minutes. Okay, everyone. Throw your ideas in. In the meantime, if you're finished typing or you don't have any more ideas to type in, you can also read on the message that the other people have put in next to the photos as well, because after this will be the voting round and I will guide you of how we will do the voting and see which of the top 3 will get the vote, and we'll make that message into a memes and we'll make it posted on our social media. Excited. I see someone laughing while reading it, so I haven't read because it's small right now, but yeah, look forward to it. Okay, time's up now. Thank you, everyone. All right. I wish I will get to read quickly as well, but since we might not have much time left to to figure this out, so I will guide you how to do the voting. Okay. Let's see. Let's say top 3 for now. I'm not sure like how many we will get because I think you all have read and gone through some of the ideas of our friends here, right? So what we will do, we would like to ask you to put the emoji reaction here. On the left, on the column, you will see the reaction. You can pick any emoji that you like and then put it on the post-it that you like, okay? And we will count which one gets the highest emojis. Then that will be the like winning memes of today that we will get and take it forward as a memes that we can use and share together. Okay, so I hope you're ready now and I hope you have read some of the messages. So I'll give you 2 minutes to read and vote. Okay, so let's do it. The voting begins. How's everyone doing? Time's up now. Do you need some more time to read through? Maybe 30 seconds more? I see lots of emojis are up now. Maybe 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Okay, time's up now. So let's count. Okay. I think we have seen some of the poster got quite a number of emojis around here, right? How many times do we have to say it? You can't address better see lost without addressing qualities. With a shout. Okay, so this is the first one, right? I think we they got this the three emojis. And here we also have, wait, before we take the photo, do I have anything stuck in my teeth? Really in that mood. Anything else that we get as the like highest emoji? Oh, maybe down here. When you are asked by name to answer a question in class. Okay, I feel you. Okay, so I think we have one here. Oh, but the photos are the same. Do we have like the other one that might be the runner-up so that we can have different photos, shall we? We have a lots of them have like two emojis. So okay, everyone. So I think we will calculate behind to check whether which one will get maybe additional voting. So in the meantime, if you haven't finished reading, please feel free to fill in some more emojis in the meantime in during some other sessions. And we'll after finish this episode, we will calculate and then put up the final vote for the emoji that will be brought up to the social media. Thank you very much, everyone, for this session. Back to Rasa.
Yeah, thank you, Mark, for refreshing us with like cute and funny memes. And I congrats for those who got the highest vote. And I guess we still have time for voting, right, Mark? Right? We still have time for voting, right? Yeah.
Oh,
So you
yes,
can
yes,
vote. Yeah. So we will select the highest voted meme, right? So still you have time. So thank you, Bright. So now we will move to the next part of our performances. So I guess the excitement and joy is still with you. So I will invite the next presenter. I guess he's ready. So next, Faithful from Malaysia will be presenting his performances. Just introduce yourself and so we can know you and just proceed with your performance.
Okay, hello. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Okay, cool. And I'm going to share my screen. If you guys can see it, let me know.
Yeah, we can see you and the screen as well. We can see it.
Okay, cool. So I am Faith. Sorry, my video is a bit wonky, but it's the filter. Yeah. Basically, I am from Malaysia, and I have recently been published in a green microfiction book called.
Wait, sorry to cut you. Maybe you just turn off your virtual background, perhaps, so we can see you better.
Oh,
We would
okay,
like
that
to
makes
see
sense.
you, yeah, so that we. Thank you, Faith.
Just a moment. Okay, so basically, I live in Malaysia. Can you guys see me now?
Yeah, we can see now.
Okay, yeah. So this book, The Magic of Nature, was published this year. It was a compilation of winning short stories uh, in Malaysia from 2021 to 2022, and it is based on eco microfiction. Yeah. So this book is to raise awareness or the need for the conservation of biodiversity and wildlands. Yeah. And this is done in a form for youth inclusion and in the environmental conservation process. So I hope that you enjoy one of the winning pieces, and this is a piece that I wrote. Yeah. Let me see. Okay. It will be on page 50. Do you guys see it? Dry thoughts in a dry season.
Yeah, we can see.
Okay. So I will read it. I am here because I killed a body of water. Look at me, my skin shriveling, my inner waters running dry. Look, my leakage corrupts and yellows further with each cycle of the fire. Listen to me, young ones. Keep your waters pure. Listen to the wills of water and give thanks to its nourishment. The bodies of water are sacred, so love and conserve them. A crime against water is a crime against your God. Respect it and you will be accepted in the tranquil Aquilin halls. Take it for granted, and best case scenario, you will end up here. You will end up like me. Alright? I'm done. I lick my lips. The 6 rows of frozen faces blink as they hungrily scour my features. Silence. Panicking, my mind starts to race. Flogged by the remaining strands of self-preservation I have left. I didn't veer off the script, did I? Holy saints, help me if I get one detail wrong. Painstakingly, I rewind the performance in my head. My eyes water, but I stand as still as possible, restraining urges to lunge for the cup on the bedside table. The silence breaks, and the students chatter in high tones as they file out of the room row by row, leaving only wisps of their breaths. A sweet, sweet humidity that I drink in from my nostrils. The warden nods imperceptibly and leaves after them. Finally. As the doors click shut, my cuffs pop open. I rub my arms, feeling a weak tingling of blood lethargically crawling back to its steadier pace. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. The restraints were for the safety of the terrestrial students, they said, but I am sure that they hold a more symbolic or theatrical purpose. I lean into the cubby of my allocated wall. I reach for the cup. Every movement hurts. Yeah, apparently as a testament to my crime. My throat burns from the speech. Parched. I lower my garments with shaking fingers, set the cup between my legs and begin waiting. My tongue seems more gummed up than usual. A tingle of pee reaches my ears, and I slowly release the breath I didn't know I had been holding. I quietly stare at the cup as it whirs in tune with the distiller. Its technology does not intrigue me anymore. The cup stops vibrating, and I drink. One sip. Godless, they call me. A primitive parasite, fully denied of water's life-giving blessings. One sip. Worthless, doomed to recycle my own fluids over and over again until I dry out like a raisin. One more sip, and the cup will be empty. I allow myself a wry grin at the senselessness of it all. The embassy of Earth has had no success in requesting a pardon for my release. Here on Hydroa's Utopia, I am a living taboo, displayed as an example for all for spilling a damn cup of water. I pray for the water on Earth as I take the last sip. Okay. Thank you.
Wow,
So
Faithful, thank you. Yeah.
So background on the challenge. This is a competition that spanned for 2 years, and we each have 24 hours to submit a piece, to write and submit a piece based on the word prompt given on that day. So the piece that I just read had a prompt called taboo. Okay, that's it.
Thank you, Faithful. It's very impressive that you come up with a story like that in a very short period, like 24 hours. And let's hope we will our mothers will not face a fate like that, right? So we need to pray for that as well. Yeah. You can see the Faithful's book here. Thank you very much. Next we have our next participant, Omo from Thailand. And now the floor is yours, Omo.
Okay, thank you, Rasala. Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Omo. I'm come from Thailand. Today, I will show the drama from Thailand. It's a love destiny, or in Thai is Bukpe Sannivat. As you remember at the first session of this event, Mark already asked what is your favorite drama, and there is someone who typed a love destiny from Thailand. So it's such a coincidence that I also show the love destiny from Thailand as well. The love destiny drama is the story of a woman who went through back in the past period, like back to the Ayutthaya period. And at that time, it's like a golden age of international trading in Ayutthaya in the past. And she come from 2018, go back to like Ayutthaya is like 100 years ago. And she create an innovative solutions, but based on biocultures. So, okay, let me show you the first episode. The example of the first episode of the Love Destiny. Okay.
แก้ว
ขอรับ
เอานุ่นลง
ขอรับ
พอแล้ว จ้อย
ขอรับ
ทาน อีก ทรายละเอียด ทรายหยาบ กรวดเล็ก กรวดใย อีก2เลยจ้อย ลองใช่ไหม
เจ้าค่ะ
น้ำในคลองมันขุ่นเห็นไหม คอยดูนะเจ้าค่ะคุณป้า
พี่เหลนแท้จิว
จริงเจ้าค่ะ อย่าดูเลยเจ้าค่ะ ขึ้นเรือนเถอะเจ้าค่ะ
ข้าอยากดู
อ้าว
แล้วมันจะยังไง แม่กาละเกด
เครื่องกรองน้ำมีนุ่นอยู่ด้านล่างสุด ต่อมาเป็นฐานดูดกลิ่น เพราะว่าน้ำในคลองมีกลิ่นโคลนกลิ่นหญ้า ส่วนทรายกับกรวดก็ช่วยกรองพวกสัตว์เล็กๆ หรือว่าเชื้อโรคเจ้าค่ะ จ้อย
ครับ
เท
เปล่าเทเลยนะขอรับ น้ำใสจริง
ก็แง่สิคะ
อ๋อเจ้าพูดภาษาจีนอีกแล้ว
เจ๋งไหมคะ
Yeah, this is the first example of the Love Destiny drama from Thailand, which is like using a bioculture and bio-innovative to purify dirty water from stream. And she used, like the first one is cotton or kapok, or in Thailand is nun, which is like received from the trees called seed fiber in the tropical area. It showed that in Ayutthaya period is like located in the tropical area and with have an abundance of trees and abundant types of animals as well. So it's like easy to use cotton from everywhere. And the second one she used is sand. Maybe you will curious where the sand she got from, because like Ayutthaya is located in here. Ayutthaya is located in the red letter here, and which is above the Bangkok. And also Ayutthaya is near the Gulf of Thailand, so Ayutthaya is easy to bring a sand from the sea. That's why Ayutthaya is like have a bioculture and bio-innovative, because like you can use abundance of resources in here from the sea. And also Ayutthaya have the women also use a gravel, Gravel, which is received from the river. Ayutthaya takes place located in here, and there are 3 rivers that surrounded Ayutthaya. So it's easy to bring a fine grain, or as well as not fine grain in here. So it's like also have an abundant sea life, river life and fish here. So that's why Love Destiny also have another episode about the Thai foods from abundance of ingredients and animals as well, and as well as vegetables. And the last one that she used is coal, COAL, coal. It can say that coal is received from the dead animals and trees. It also called like humus. So it's represent that Ayutthaya or Thailand have abundance of biodiversity, because I have a great type of coal here. So she used a coal to purify water as well. And like another clip that I want to share from Love Destiny is this episode of how they take a bath in the past using biodiversity and bioculture as well.
ามเปียกกับขมิ้นไพรไว้ใช้ขัดตัวเจ้าค่ะ
เหมือนที่เรียนมาเลยมะขามเปียกขัดขี้ใครขมิ้นขัดตัวให้เหลืองอารามมะกรูดไว้สระผม
มะกรูดไว้ใช้สระผมเจ้าค่ะเกลือบดผสมผงถ่านเอาไว้ใช้ขัดฟันเจ้าค่ะส่วนนี่ก็กิ่งข่อยสินะทำไมมันเค็มอย่างเงี้ยก็น้อยๆสิเจ้าคะเร่งมือเข้าเถิดนางแย้มโชคบ่าวยกสำรับขึ้นบนเรือนแล้ว
Okay, and this is like another example of one episode from the Love Destiny drama, and you will see that.
Megat Love Destiny drama की तवत episode देखो.
Sorry.
I guess it's the interpretation, right?
See different what?
Yeah, you can continue, Omo.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay.
Sorry.
Like. Okay, and this is like the example of the bioculture that she used to take a bath. For example, like a turmeric or cumin in Thai, using for whitening the skin, and the salt and charcoal, as well as ginkgoi or Thai herbs to take to clean to use as a toothbrush. Yeah, this is the biodiversity. Okay, and yeah, this is done for Thailand. Yeah, I'm give the floor back to Rasara, and thank you, GYBN.
Yeah, thank you, Omo. So even now in our scientific innovations like water purifiers, we still see those elements, right? Charcoal, coal, gravel, and I guess never mind how many decades have passed, we still use those techniques and elements as well. And I guess Thailand women are beautiful because they are using those herbal treatments, right, Omo? Yeah. Okay, so thank you very much for all the performance. So we'll just take a little break from the performance and we'll just go for an inspirational message from Micah Tan from Asian Center for Biodiversity to address you all. So please take the floor, Micah. Thank you.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good evening. We can hear
Okay,
you.
I'm whispering a little bit because my young daughter just fell asleep, so I hope I won't wake her up. But hello, everybody. Good evening. I can say good evening because we're all in Asia, so it's roughly the same time. And it's so good to see all of you. Yeah, I was asked to share something inspirational, but I mean, I don't know what to say because all of your stories really inspire me. And lately we've been working. So I'm Nika Tan. I'm with the ASEAN Center for Biodiversity. We run a program called the ASEAN Youth Biodiversity Program, which is partnering with GYBN Southeast Asia. And we're a long-time partner for about 4 years now. And one of the programs that we're running recently is called the Young ASEAN Storytellers Program. And in that program, we have identified and found and selected 20 young people from all over the ASEAN region to go to an ASEAN Heritage Park, which is a really good protected area in the region, to create stories of conservation. And I'm super inspired by what they're doing. Many of their stories relate to the theme today, about cultural practices, and many of them also have written poetry. They've written stories to share about people's connection with nature, and from many different perspectives, because we have people who shared about the stories of how indigenous peoples use plants and understand the plants so well. For example, in Hoang Liên National Park in Vietnam, one of the young ASEAN storytellers was sharing about how the local people use plants in many different ways, and each plant has doesn't have just one value. So for example, if you get sick and you take Western medicine, a medicine tends to have a specific effect that they have, but for many plants, they have multiple kinds of effects. So the way that the indigenous peoples work with the plants and have come to understand them over decades, over generations, she was telling that story, and I felt really a much greater connection to this place that I've never been to before. And then one of the other young ASEAN storytellers created a woven tapestry from the story of the white crocodile in Tasik Merumbun Heritage Park in Brunei. And he was sharing about how the tapestry is done on a semi-transparent background to also show how fragile our relationship with biodiversity can be, given all the challenges that we're facing today. So these are just some of the stories. Unfortunately, I cannot share them with you right yet because they're under embargo right now. They're actually being launched in 9 days on the 1st of November. And I wanted to share with you the website so that you can see them. But I'm like, as part of the working team, I've seen the stories and I really want to share them, but not quite yet. Though I do want to at least show you who these young ASEAN storytellers are in a very, very quick sense of the kinds of stories that mediums that they use to share what they do. So very quickly, I'm just gonna share my screen for this one slide, and then I will get back. I'll go back to the, oh, sorry, I clicked on the share rather than the slideshow. So we have 20 of these young ASEAN storytellers from each ASEAN member state. So from Brunei Darussalam, we have Elroy. He's the one who worked on the woven tapestry about the white crocodile, the legend of the white crocodile. And we have Singh Rota, who is a great photographer and a videographer, and he's sharing about the beauty, the natural beauty of Virachai National Park in Cambodia. Then we have Uki Wardoyo and Abex, who are working together about to share their adventures in Gunung Loiser National Park in Indonesia. Then Amel as well, Amelia Rosita from Indonesia, also about Gunung Loiser. They're both sharing videos, sort of like Amel's video is sharing about the Lusa warriors, people who spend their days taking care of and protecting and conserving the biodiversity in the national parks. Then we have, his full name is Suksavan Pomahaksai, but his nickname is Tom. Tom is a really great photographer, and he took some photos of the different communities in and around Namha National Protected Area in Lao PDR. Som Vang also did a video about the communities in Namha National Protected Area. Then we have 3 Malaysians, Lavinia, Amir, and Rong. Rong created a podcast series about the folklores of the Batik tribe, the kinds of relationships that they have with the spirits, that they call it, of the forest. Then Amir created a video about a community that lives based on the river, the clean river that passes through the park. And Lavinia created a song with a music video to also share about the beliefs that the people have. Ong Chantar from Myanmar created a photo story of Inde Lake Wildlife Sanctuary about the people who live on the lake and the kinds of livelihoods that they have, for example, making fabric from lotus plant fiber. Bricks, we have three Filipinos. Bricks, who's a visual artist, and he created a coffee table book. So a laid out book with photos and stories about rituals and the kinds of welcome that they received when they were there in Mount Kitanglat Range Natural Park in the Philippines. Althea is a watercolor painter. She created a watercolor tutorial series. So anybody can actually learn how to paint in watercolor using nature as inspiration. Celine created poetry and photography and what she calls visual poetry. So if you want to find out more about that, definitely check out her stories. Two Singaporeans, Cheyenne and Elliot, they were able to create stories about Bukit Timah Nature Reserve and Sungai Buloh Wetland Reserve. These are urban ASEAN heritage parks. So the idea of how urbanites relate to biodiversity is shared in their stories. We have two from Thailand, Lin and Siramon. Lin created also a coffee table book about spectacular creatures that you can see in Khao Sok National Park. And Mon created a really, really fun vlog of her journey in the park. Then Trang and Dan or Phan Cuc Dung from Vietnam were creating stories about Hoang Liên National Park. And the story that I shared earlier about how indigenous peoples were using their plants, that's a story, a written story from Trang. And for Dan or Dung, he created a series of photos to show about how the GI people would make 5-colored sticky rice. It's a really traditional dish that they have from the plants and the other kinds of plants that they can find in the park. So all of these stories will be made available on the exhibition website, which I can share. Oh, sorry, I would like to share my screen once more, but I have to get to the web page. The link is stories.aseanbiodiversity.org. And right now, all you get is to reach a landing page. But on the 1st of November, when we do launch it, please check back on the page where you can check out the launch and then get access to the exhibition. So I'm really, really, really excited. I'm so sorry I can't share any more than what I said, but I really hope that you'll be able to also see these stories. So the festival doesn't end today. The festival is only the beginning for us to discover all of these in the region. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Monica. So like you have a very innovative set of young people with us from all around Asia, right? So like I will definitely go and check the website. So I guess all of us here will do, at least half of us will go and contribute for your like exhibition as well. Thank you very much for sharing, Monica.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. I guess we have just one performance remaining. So this will be the last session of today, as well as the last session of the whole series as well. So are you guys excited to see the performance, right? So we welcome Bharat for his performance. Yes, he's here. So Bharat, you can go.
Yeah, I am here. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's nice to connect and listen to Mika after a long time. And it's really nice to hear what Bright has been doing. And I'm very, very proud of him for this amazing program, series of programs you guys have been doing. So thank you so much, and thank you for inviting me. Well, the topic that you gave to me is ritual, spirituality ritual. Yeah, I mean, I just was wondering what to say. I never prepare anything. It just like it always happens that whenever any program is there, some kind of connection always comes to me, and whatever I have to say. So the thing that I have to tell you is, so when you say ritual, so you need to understand what does the word ritual mean. So the word ritual means that it's a sequence of events, sequence of words that you actually do. So when you go to any local people, they do like a sequence of things. For example, let's say in Asia or in India specifically, we have marriage event when it happens. So you follow a ritual, right? Even when you go to indigenous people, you follow a ritual. It's a sequence of events. So why they are doing it? That's the most important question, why they are doing it. Yeah, there are many ways of looking at it. In yogic tradition, they call it as something called as energy points. In yoga, it is also said kundalini energy, like you possess certain energies in your spine. So you try to activate these energies when you perform yoga, correct? So, well, you told me like to tell this in a story format, how I got developed interest in it. The first interest that I got developed is when I entered into biodiversity wildlife field. I was very confused. I was very confused about what's this is all about, and well, I'm seeing a lot of diversity. It's a very complex thing. So then I started to ask questions. I was very, very curious. So then I started to see like how indigenous people are trying to preserve their landscapes through certain rituals. And somehow I developed tremendous interest in that aspect. And I just wanted to understand deeper and deeper. Then I got so many answers in my life, which I'm going to share on the screen for all of you. Can you all see my screen?
It's loading.
Is it loading?
Yes, still loading.
Maybe you could try to stop and start again. Right now we see that you're trying to share your screen, but it's not. There. Now we can see.
Okay, maybe I try to do it. Yeah, it says my internet connection is not stable. Sorry for that. Can you see the screen right now?
It's loading. We can just wait for it. We can let you know when once we see it.
Okay. If you can't, then I think I might be having some connection problem for that.
If it's online, maybe we can help you share.
1 second, I will just.
Okay.
Can you see the screen right now?
Yes, we can see it now.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. So before I start, there is a ritual of whenever we present about this presentation, I want all of you to close your eyes if you want and just listen to what I actually trying to say, okay? Just close your eyes, all of you, and just for 2 minutes, focus on your breath. Oh. 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 Our human mind functions like a reptilian mind. The thoughts keep coming in this mind and they are keep going. It's like a flow. It's like a flow of electrons. They keep coming and keep disturbing us. Sometimes it's very good, sometimes it's very bad. It's our consciousness that puts the mirror to our mind and tells what is right and what is wrong. This is where I want to tell the yoga plays a huge role. Eliminate all those thoughts that are very, very unnecessary in your life and focus only about yourself, the inner self, the growth, your inner soul. We are like the tender coconut. The outer part of the coconut is very hard, but the inner part is very tender. That tender part is your soul. The outer hard part of the coconut is your ego. Do not focus on that hard part. Just focus on the tender, the flexible nature that is there within you. You can open your eyes. See, what I'm trying to tell all of you is this is not new. If you look the text that I'm sharing on your screen, it's a very, very ancient text written nearly 2000 years ago. And these texts comes from various religious scriptures. Christianity talks about nature. Hinduism talks about nature. Buddhism talks about nature. Jainism talks about nature, which I'm not going into the details of this text, but just see how our ancestors were always connected themselves to the nature. Now, if you come to India, you will notice these kind of pictures, or if you visit India, you will see these kind of temples. This is goddess Durga mounting on a tiger, representing strength, valor, courage, to kill the inner demon within us. This is Lord Ayyappa in South India, very famous, and he's actually connecting with the tigers. Look at this unique picture. This is a family of one specific god called Shiva. So the god here is Shiva, and he has two sons, Kartikeya and Ganesha. And his wife is goddess Parvati. Goddess Parvati's favorite animal is lion. She always have a lion, whereas Shiva's favorite animal is bull. But if you notice, in real life, a lion attacks the bull. Now look, the snake that Lord Shiva is carrying, okay? And look at this particular prince whose favorite animal is peacock. And can you see the elephant-faced god here, Ganesha? His favorite animal is rat. But in real life, it forms a food chain, right? The peacock eats the snake eats the rat. So this picture has a very deep meaning, which they have represented long ago. And this is what I call as, in spite of having all the differences, we can all live together. And this is called as living in harmony with nature. There's a very famous place in South India where people worship snakes. In this particular place, people never kill snakes because they feel snakes are protecting their lands. So if they kill the snakes, then it might harm them as well. It will harm the entire landscape as well. So that's the belief they have. It's a place again where people worship tigers and leopards. Like connecting with the nature is that they think tiger is something that that protects their land, that protects the forest, that maintains the food chain. So I want to share this one last slide and finish it off. we have a concept called as Tapovan, Mahavan, Surivan. What is a Tapovan? Our forest associated with penance, yoga, and it is inhabited by saints and rishis like yogis. Mahavan refers to the grand natural forest. It is never disturbed. It is meant for those national park, wildlife sanctuaries. So it never get disturbed. It's preserved. And the last one is the Sri one, which means forest of prosperity. Consists of dense forest and groves. People collect dry wood, leaves, forest produce. So this is where the community forest management comes into play. So what I want to tell you is that all these things were there even from the past. Now, I have a one specific question is that we can attend all these conferences, all these summits, we can do whatever you want to do, but it is very, very important how you are connecting to nature. We need to ask this question, are we connecting to nature or not? So once the moment you connect to the nature, you become yourself a textbook of knowledge. You yourself develop your own knowledge. You yourself awaken the inner wisdom that you're born with. So this is one thing that I want to like put a question, are we really connecting to the nature? How, even if you want to visit a place, are you developing that curiosity to connect to the nature is the question that I want to leave to this group of people who are attending. So one more time, I just want to finish with one specific Sanskrit shloka, and then I will leave this. So the shloka is Devaraj Sevyamana Pavanagri Pankajam Vyalayagya Sutram Indu Shekaram Krupakaram Naradadi Yogi Vrunda Vanditam Digambaram Kashika Puradinata Kala Bhairavam Bhaje Kala Bhairavam Bhaje. Who am I? I am nothing in this world. Who am I? I've just born and I've just leave. What am I leaving in this world? I'm just spending my time in this world and making memories. So make those memories very strong so that the upcoming generations take a lot of inspirations from you. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you very much, Bharat. So it's true, like if we become silent and we just listen to the nature and its sound and what it's telling to us, like this world will be far more beautiful than this. So like it's really important that we always connect with nature and listen to its sound. So thank you, Bharat. It's really great that you are here with us to share all the folks and all this important stuff with us. So next, so I will be inviting Bright, so we can interact with all you guys and bring you what we have, the progress we made in GYBN Asia as well. So Bright.
Thank you, Rasara, and also thank you, Bharat. I think this is such a perfect end of the last performances throughout our like 4 episode of the whole series of the GYBN Asia Bioculture Festival 2022. And this will definitely leading up and inspire all of us to take something forward to what we can do towards the biodiversity and also any conversation that might come after. Thank you. So in the last few minutes that we have here, I just like to share some potential next step or opportunities that we all can do since we have gone through all the series of the festival. So please find in the chat okay, I mean my replicate, okay, you will find a link in the chat, both as the link for joining the GYBN Asia telegrams. We really would like to invite you to join us in the community so that you can be kept informed about the future opportunities. And also another link that I'm going to share with you is the link for joining the communities, the global communities, since we are not here alone as the regional chapter for Asia, but we also have different chapters from Europe, Caribbean, Africa, and some like many more chapters at the national levels. We will be mobilizing conversation and actions on biodiversity together. So please join in, and there will be lots of conversation and opportunities sharing with you there. And just to share quickly with you a bit about the channels that you can follow us some more, or maybe if you want to take some action, you can also find out this link, the Stop the Same campaign, which GYBN has been mobilizing since last year. If I'm not wrong, if I'm wrong, anyone please correct me. But throughout this Stop the Same campaign, we emphasize the importance of how each and everyone, all the sectors need to stop doing business as usual, but trying to find out ways, new ways forward to actually create transformative change towards biodiversity conservation and sustainability. And here in this website, you'll find out various materials. But what I like to highlight to you is the 3 section here. The 3 section here will give you on opportunities to join us in signing the Youth Manifesto, which it only take 10 minutes. You'll find out like 12 priorities that the global youth have seen importance, and we will mobilize in the different international conference that we all need decision makers, need relevant sectors to see the importance and mobilize it together. And the second one is to join the wave of actions. Here in this link, you will find different actions from different countries, what the young people are doing in different countries, and we are sharing our stories here as well. So if you're interested, you can also click the 3rd link here, submit your action, what you do, what action you do with your community, with your networks. Please share with us here, because your stories can inspire so many more people and also can create change at different level together. So this is the opportunities that we can find out more together, and very look forward to meet everyone in the next opportunities and maybe next events that we can have together through either GYBN Asia or GYBN national chapters, that we all can create the impact together. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us throughout the series. Yes, over back to Rasa.
Yeah, thank you very much, Bright. So I guess you will all join with us with GYBN Asia team. So we are waiting for you as well. So I guess we have embraced the beauty of different cultures through all those series of sessions. So I guess this is a wrap. So I just want to end the series with a quote by an American architect. So that's one of my favorite. I believe in God, only I spell it nature. So I guess that's the end of the sessions. Thank you very much for joining with us. So feel free to fill the feedback form so we can give you the certificate of participation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mika. Nice to see you.
Thanks, Bright. Lovely to see everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.